ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वर्ष नंबर 339। अंतर्वहि संस्थिरजंगमेषु ज्ञात्वा आत्मान आधारतया विलोक्य त्यक्ताखिलोपाधिरखण्डरूपः पूर्णात्मनाया स्थित एष मुक्तः। I repeat one more time. अंतर्वहि संस्थिरजंगमेषु ज्ञात्वा आत्मना आधारतया विलोक्य त्यक्त्वा अखिलोपाधिरखण्डरूपः पूर्णात्मना या स्थित एष मुक्तः। The meaning is that person alone is liberated who, knowing the self as knowledge only, as the substratum of all that is moving and unmoving, both external and eternal, renounce all superimpositions and remains as the absolute and infinite self. See the translation again. He is free who, knowing through this mind the self in moving and unmoving objects and observing it as their substratum, gives up all superimpositions and remains as the absolute and the infinite self. Now we are entering a new topic, a new part of the Vivek Chudamani. New yet not new. Thought is same. In previous verse number 336, we studied a very beautiful thought. Padavi vimuktehi. Vimuktehi for liberation. There Shankaracharya described how a seeker process complete its way. Here, same thought is taking in deeply spiritual growth. What's the secret? So here is giving very beautiful idea. अंतर्वहि संस्थिरजंगमेषु ज्ञात्वा आत्मना आधारतया विलोक्य. The question is, Who is liberated? Who is enlightened? For liberation, it is not necessary to die. Death is not condition for liberation. Who have faith in actions, they believe that the liberation can be happen after death. In this world, liberation is not possible. So they wait to die and go to heaven or any other divine places. According to them, liberation is after death. But here, Shankaracharya says, no, absolute nothing. This idea is absolutely wrong. The liberation is not result of any action. Liberation is result of understanding, knowing. So no need to wait for die. The result of the actions, sometimes it happens immediately and sometimes it will take time. It may be 1 day, 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, next life. Anytime it can happen. But result of the knowledge, it happens immediately. When knowledge takes place, immediately, without delay any second, any moment, its fruit will appear. So, liberation is very beautiful experience. This wonderful experience can be experienced here right now. No condition. If you are ready to understand, you achieve, you experience immediately. It is in your hand. Freedom and bondage, both are in your hand. Up to you. Whatever you want, you can accept. You want bondage? Accept that I am bound in bondage. If you are ready to accept that I am free, then you can declare your freedom anytime. Accept that you are free. Accept that you are absolutely free and declare. No other one can declare your freedom. It is your freedom to choose bondage. See, you have unlimited freedom. It is your freedom to choose bondage or freedom. No one can take responsibility for your freedom, even God. God cannot do anything about your freedom. If you don't want, even God cannot do for anything. God is helpless. He cannot do. If you want to freedom, Shankaracharya says, immediately, right now, you declare you are the free. You are the free, and your declaration will make much difference. How? Now he is saying very beautiful thing, very beautiful thought. We see, you can see there are people, they are miserable because they don't have money. There are so many people, they are miserable because they don't have money. And you can see the people, they are more miserable, they have more money. So think deeply. For your bondage, for your misery, for your anger, your greed, what is the root cause? Having anything or not having anything makes no any difference until you have not changed your vision. See, being with yourself is important. Being with yourself is the important. Antar vahi swam sthir jangameshu. We have a condition. That condition is our body. And body is the center, body the point. From there we make something there are outside and some things are inside. So in and out is because of body. Antarbahi. So there are so many things. Inside, our life energy, our mind, intellect, they are set up. Outside, there are unlimited objects. Shankaracharya says, if you look outside, if we look at outside, there are unlimited objects. There are some objects are moving, some objects are not moving. He says objects. Objects, except you are the subject. Only you are the subject. Except you, every other thing is just object. So there are so many objects, they are moving, like human, animals, words. They are moving, they are flying, they are running, they are going. And there are some objects, they are unmoving. Stones, chairs, buildings. There are so many objects. So there are two categories, moving objects and unmoving objects. Now, antarvahi swam sthira jangamesu gyatva atma adharataya vilokya. One thing you have to do. The thing is, everywhere, moving objects or unmoving objects. Objects are changing always. Objects are not permanent. They are changing. Every time their shapes, their name. So objects are not permanent. We see there is mud. Mud is very dirty. And from that mud, out of that mud, we see there is a very beautiful lotus flower. Out of that mud, very muddy, very beautiful flower. So soft, so colorful, very beautiful smell, very different from the mud. Mud and lotus, you cannot imagine they are same thing. Mud transformed into lotus. And if you take sometimes the lotus, slowly it becomes black and it becomes again mud. So every objects are moving. They change always. Objects are changing always their names and shapes. And this changing takes place somewhere which is substratum. There must be some substratum. Without substratum, the changing cannot take place. There must be substratum. Atmana adharataya vilokya. You have to do. You have to think. The all changes of all objects are happening on the self, consciousness, invisible consciousness. Names and forms are visible, but consciousness is not visible. But all things are happening, all changes are happening where? In the consciousness. Adharataya vilokya. Think. Vilokya means think again and again. So all objects are appearing or disappearing on the consciousness. Consciousness is the substratum. And that consciousness and which consciousness inside me, they are not different. Tyaktva akhilo upadhi akhanda rupa. So we have some superimpositions. Shankaracharya says, you have to remove every superimpositions. I am the body, this is the superimpositions. I am the only body, this is the superimposition. Remove it. Otherwise, you cannot understand this beautiful thought. I am the mind, this is also superimpositions, just remove it. I am the prana, I am the individual soul, I am the limited. All superimpositions should be given. Then akhanda rupaha. Akhanda rupa. Akhanda means first understand, to try understand what is akhanda. Akhanda means piece. In pieces. We know everything in pieces. Pieces. Like we know a body, a chair, stone, tree, animals. Everywhere we use the knowledge but this knowledge is just in pieces. Human being is a part of the universe. Then this is a piece in the universe. Animals is a piece of the universe. Stones as a piece of the universe. And there are another piece. Human being, then who? Indian, European, child, young. So we know everything in pieces. Same knowledge we apply for self. We accept that, yes, there is soul. But my soul is not absolute soul. My soul is not everywhere. It is limited. It is limited. It is in my heart. We have so many ideas. We have so many methods about soul. Yes, there is thought, soul. There is a self in my body, inside my body. So we know soul, we know soul self, but we know self as a piece. Now, Shankaracharya says, if you are able to understand self inside and outside, moving or in moving everywhere, soul is same, then it is akhanda rupa, without peace, everywhere. Then you can understand what the meaning of omnipresent. Then we can understand what the meaning of omnipresent of God, omnipresent of the self, omnipresent of the soul. Everywhere, inside, outside, moving, unmoving, everywhere. Puranatmanaha, and it is the absolute completeness of the self. The completeness of the self, you are complete. Ya sthita samuktaha. See the definition. This person is liberated. This person is liberated. Body is not an idea. Body cannot stop from the experience of the liberation. Body cannot be hindrance to experience the beautiful, the wonderful experience of your completeness, omnipresent, omniscient, absolute happiness. How can body stop it? Sthita esha muktaha, Shankaracharya says, such in conditions, the person is liberated. So no matter where is he, in conditions with body or body not, it is no matter for liberation. Now next one. Sarvatmata bandha vimukti hetuhu sarvatma bhavan na parosti kaschit drishya grahe satyam upapadyate sau sarvatma bhavos swadatma nishtaya. I repeat again. सर्वात्मता बंध विमुक्ति हेतु सर्वात्म भावान न परोस्ति कश्चित् दृश्य ग्रहे सत्य उपपद्यते सौ सर्वात्म भावस्य सदात्मनिष्ठया. See the translation. To recognize the entire universe to be the self is the means to complete liberation from bondage. There is nothing higher than realizing that one is the self of all. One realizes this state by negating the perceptible world through being continuously established in the eternal self. See again the translation. To realize oneself as the self of whole universe is a means of getting rid of bondage. There is nothing higher than the identity of oneself with the whole universe. One realizes this state by excluding the objective world through steadfastness in the eternal Atman. Very beautiful, very high class thought. Shankaracharya says, Sarvatmata bandha vimukta hetu sarvatma bhavan na parosti kinchit. For liberation, for enlightenment, there are so many mediums, so many ways has been described by so many rishis. For liberation has been described. There are so many. Some says you go this way, you will reach to liberation. Other says you go that way, you will go to reach to liberation. There are so many thoughts, unlimited. Shankaracharya says, he's giving a very foundational principle of liberation. He is showing a path for everyone. The path is to liberation of oneself is the self of the whole universe. Sarvatma Bhav. Very beautiful word. Actually, there is no direct translation of this word. That is why we have to describe it. I have to describe it. Sarvatma Bhav. What is Sarvatma Bhav? Bhav means knowledge. Bhav means understanding. Understanding. So here, one thing has to be understood, that Sarvatma Bhav. Bhav, knowledge, understanding. We are seeker of the truth. We are studying the Vedanta. So we know that I am not only body. This is a very principal thinking, very basic thinking that I am body. Very basic. Even animals also can think that I am the body. You can say that only animals can think that they are body. Birds can think, animals can think, and men who are alike animals, they can think that I am the only body. No more than body. But the seeker of the truth, the seeker of the Atman, they know. They have very basic understanding that I am not only body. Yes, I am the body. Still we are not realized. But I am the body. Identification is there with body. But we have one more understanding that I am not only body, I am inside the body. I am different from the body. I am something more, something unique from the body. But that understanding, that soul, we can give a name like self, soul, individual soul, whatever name you can give. So now third process is, I am the body, but I am not only the body, I am something different. I am more than the body. Somewhere inside, I don't know where. But it is definitely true, something inside in our body, there is something that is not body. Something is inside in my body that is not body. It is beyond of the body. But common man thinks that the soul is in the side, in this body, like a part of the body. Like inside there are so many parts, liver, kidney, heart, brain, lungs. There are so many parts in the body. Same soul or self is like a part in the body. But you are seeker. You are traveling a true way. So we know that I am not only body, I am something more than body. I am beyond than the body, which is not like body, which is very different from the body, opposite from the body. But this is insight. This is the Atma Bhav. Atma Bhav. First was body bhav. I am the body, this is the body bhav. Then, inside of my body, there is something consciousness, something very extraordinary. I do not have any clear vision, but this is true. There is something very different from the body. This is not body. This is the Atma Bhav. But this body and that consciousness are very different. But that consciousness is inside the body. This is the Atma Bhav. Now she says, you should develop Sarvatma Bhav. Sarvatma Bhav. Sarvatma Bhav means like slowly you started thinking that somewhere in your body there is something unique. There is like consciousness. Same. Now start thinking. Yourself is the sole self of the universe. Yourself, because this is the conversation, discourse. So we have to use language. We have to use. This is very difficult job. Yourself, you and yourself, not two things. But Yourself, self of the your, which is inside your body, and the self of the universe, they are not two. The self of the whole universe and yourself is not different. Yourself is everywhere. Yourself is not limited in the body. Sarvatma Bhava. Listen and understand carefully. Sarvatma Bhava, everywhere. Everywhere, your soul, which is, we think, is inside, now start thinking that that soul is not only inside, everywhere. Everywhere. That's so. This is the nature of the soul. First, imagine, first think, you have a soul. Very basic thing, very basic principle. First step, you start thinking there is a soul in your body. Slowly, gradually, your soul will start spreading. It will cover your whole body. Then it will cover whole universe. And now we imagine soul is inside. Sarvatma Bhava na parosti kaschit. Shankaracharya says this is the bhav, Sarvatma Bhav. The understanding of the whole universe is not apart from the soul. This is the higher medium for liberation. This is the highest way to liberate, to achieve liberation. Sarvatmata bandha vimukti hetu, and by this medium, by this thinking, one can realize self-freedom, one can break his bondage. Sarvatmata bandha vimukti hetu. Drishyagrahe sati upapadyate sau. Sarvatma bhavosya sadatma nishtaya. Now he is giving one more very beautiful thing. How one should develop, how should one develop this process? Sarvatma bhava. He says sadatma nishtaya. Nishtha means faith. First listen carefully what real self is, and then repeat again and again, again and again, again and again. This is the faith of the Atman. Sarvatma Bhavo. Then, by repeatedly thinking about the self, Sarvatma Bhava will grow. Sarvatma Bhava will come. Sat drishya grahe sati. And slowly, he says, when you start thinking the all universe is not apart from the soul, then you ask, then what about the objects? He says, objects will disappear. Objects will disappear and soul will appear. Everywhere. Now see, like a realized person who know the self, who has realized, but still he had body. And according to body, he do everything. His eye will see there is a stone. See the difference? Because nature of the eyes is to see objects. It is no difference, it makes no difference you are realized or not realized. Eyes work is to see object. So I will say there is a stone. But understanding will say there is a Brahman. I will say there is Himalaya. But your understanding will say there is consciousness, no Himalaya. That is why in Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says, Parvatanam cha Himalaya. I am the mount among the mountains, I am the Himalaya. So Himalaya is there for eyes, but Brahman is there for understanding. That is why Lord Sri Krishna can see everywhere soul is. In the rivers, in the birds, in the animals, stars, everywhere Lord Krishna can see himself. Lord Krishna could see why you are not. You should apply method. So Shankaracharya says, Drasyasya agrane, then all just seen will disappear and seer is only there. Only seer, drashta, will be there. Now, everywhere seen is there, no seer. So Shankaracharya says, Sarvatmata bandha vimukti hetu, Sarvatma bhavan na parosti kasyit, Satyagrahe satyupapadyate sau, Sarvatma bhavo atmanishtaya. Now next one, very big verse. Drasyasya grahanam katham nu ghatate, देहात्मना तिष्ठतो बाह्यार्थानुभव प्रसक्त मनसा तत्तत् क्रियां कुर्वता संन्यस्ताखिल धर्म कर्म विषयी नित्यात्मनिष्ठा परै तत्त्वज्ञै करणीयमात्मनि सदानन्देक्षुर प्रयत्नतः. I repeat, दृश्यस्याग्रहणं कथं नु घटते देहात्मना तिष्ठतो बाह्यार्थ अनुभव प्रसक्त मनसस् तत्तत् क्रियां कुर्वता संन्यस्ताखिल धर्म कर्म विषयी नित्यात्मनिष्ठा परै तत्त्वज्ञै करणीयमात्मनि सदानन्देक्षुर्भिर्यत्नतः. See the translation. How is the non-apprehension of the perceptible world possible for one who remains identified with the physical body, whose mind is attached to the enjoyment of external objects, and who perform various acts and that ends? This should be carefully practiced by the seer of truth, desirous of external bliss, who have renounced all kind of duties, actions, and sense objects, and who are ever established in the eternal self. See the translation again. How is the exclusion of objective world possible for one who has an identification with the body, whose mind is attached to the perception of external objects, and who perform various acts for that end? This exclusion of sense objects from the mind should be carefully practiced by the sage who have renounced all kinds of duties and actions and objects, who are passionately devoted to the eternal Atman and who wish to possess an undying bliss. Thought is continued. He says, okay, you are right. Someone may have done your all procedure properly. He have done studied. He have listened. But still, after listening, after studying, having done all things, but still he sees the world as he was seeing before. There is no difference at all. Why? This is the question for Shankaracharya. You say the world will disappear and soul will appear, but I can say only words. There is no soul. I have done so much study, I have heard, having done so much work, still there is nothing. Shankaracharya gives reply. He says, yes, you are right. You may have done all procedure properly, but still he has identification with the body. You have knowledge, but knowledge of self has to be assimilated. And that knowledge of the body, identification is destroyed. Digested knowledge. Drishyasya agranam katham nu ghadate dehatmana tishtato. He says only there is one cause, identification of the body. If you have identification of body, then body is rooted to the world. But body is not dependent. Our body is the part of the universe. Its roots are everywhere. So body has its requirements. Body has its desires, hunger, thirst, every kind. So if someone is body identification, he accept that I am the body, then body required becomes his required. Body's requirements becomes his requirements. If body is hungry, I am hungry. If I am hungry, I need food. Food is where? Food is not inside, food is outside. So I am looking for the food. I am thirsty, I am looking for the water. Drishyasya granam katham nu ghadate, Shankaracharya says, for them there is the world. For their world is there. For them world is everywhere. Only cause is dehatmana sthito. That is why bahi artha anubhava prashaktaha. Because we are identified the body. Body is a part of the universe, and everywhere we have to get some food, some water, some clothes, some everything. And these objects should be outside. Bahyartha anubhava prashakta manasa tattat kriyam kuruvata. That is why we search for water, for food. I'm not saying, Shankaracharya also not saying You don't eat, you don't drink water. No, drink water. Water is for body. Food is for body. All requirements are for body, not for you. This thing make clear. You should be always very alert, very aware. Food is needed. Take food. Enjoy it. Take water, take everything. But the relation is with the body, not with you. These requirements are for body, not for you. Tattat kriyam kuruvataha. So their cause is identification of body. Now he is giving instruction to seekers. Sanyasta khil dharma karma vishayi nityatma nishtha parahi tattvagyai karaniyam atmani sadanandikshu viryatanata. If you want absolute happiness, if you want liberation, absolute happiness, enlightenment, then you have to do some things. What they are? Not to do anything. Very paradoxical, you know. Sanyasta khil dharma karma vishayai. Sannyas, just renounce. Renounce. Dharma karma. See, the state of the thought, the quality of the thought. Shankaracharya says, just renounce the all activities of the worldly. Not only worldly, even the activity for the religious. Religious activities also just renounce. Vishayai nityatma nishtha pari. But one thing we have to understand here. He's saying that renounce means just forget. It means that don't be attached. Things are happening. Don't accept and don't reject. Become choiceless. Don't attach. If your duty is, do. But don't attach. Do religious work. Do the worldly work. But I'm not doer. One thing always remember, I'm not doer. This is the renunciation. I'm not doer. Things is being done. But I'm not doer. I have not done anything. This is the renunciation. Nityatma nishtha parahi tattvaggai karaniyam atmani sadanandi. He says, so this way you are always concentrate upon yourself. Now, next one. Sarvatma siddhaye bhikshu kratasrava karmanaha samadhim vidadhati shanta danta iti srutihi. I repeat. Sarvatma siddhaye bhikshu kratasravana karmanaha samadhim vidadhati yesha shanta danta iti srutihi. The meaning is, for the renunciant who has listened to the discourse upon the scriptures and who has cultivated calmness, self-control, etc., the Shruti practice prescribes samadhi for realizing that all is the self. See, the most important part is Sarvatma Bhav. Sarvatma Bhav. The question is how one attain this Sarvatma Bhav. How? What the reason, what the cause for this Sarvatma Bhav? Shankaracharya says, he's giving a method from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He's saying the world of Sarvatma Bhav, it is not created by me. It is not my thought. It is a principle from the Vedas, Upanishads. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a big dialogue between Yajnavalkya and Janak. And finally, Janak surrendered himself to the Yajnavalkya. Janak was taught by the Yajnavalkya. Very basic principle. Sadhan Chatushtay. The four qualifications for everyone. There is no discount, no any excuse for everyone. This is the very principle you have to gain. Santo Dantaha for Sadhan Chatushtay, for four qualifications. Then Sarvatma Siddhaye, for attain this Sarvatma Bhav. He says Bhikshu. Very beautiful word, Bhikshu. I love this word, Bhikshu. Bhikshu means the person who has no choice, choiceless. Whatever comes, accept. Whatever do not comes, accept. Acceptance for everything. That is Bhikshu. Bhikshu does not mean only for food. We explain Bhikshu means, Bhiksha means food. No. Bhikshu means everything, whatever comes in our life. Good, bad, enemy, friends. Accept. He says, Sarvatma Siddhaye, for this Sarvatma Bhav, you should gain four qualifications. Santo Danta, then we should reach to the master. After having achieved four qualifications, should go to master and listen Vedanta. Listen. Krita Sravana. Sravana means listening. Then Mananam, realizing, reasoning, and Samadhi. Samadhi. This Samadhi will lead us to Sarvatma Bhav. See the difference. Samadhi is here, Samadhi is a way. Samadhi is not a goal. Goal is Sarvatma Bhav. Samadhi is just a way. You have to cross it. You have to attain and leave it. Shankaracharya says, Samadhim vidadhati. Samadhi is the way, Samadhi is the cause for Sarvatma Siddhaye, Sarvatma Bhav. So, Sarvatma Bhav is the higher than Samadhi. Samadhi is the way. So, thought will continue. So, next discourse I will take for today. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasisyate. Om Santi Shanti Santi. Shankaram Sankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति।